Good evening and welcome to the number one morning show on Periscope for conservative talking news. Welcome to the Best Closer Shows edition of Closing Time. I believe it's episode number 7. Good evening and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'll be on in 2 minutes with a summary of the week's events, a little bit of a rant, and some good Q&A. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Thank you for inviting people in as well.
Is in the basement, mixing up the feminism. Labour want migrants to vote them into government. Slander all the white blokes, cast out, chased off. Professors got them brainwashed, Soros got them paid off. Look out, Brits, you're gonna get hit. God knows when, but they're doing it again. Use the pronouns and save space, looking for a new trend. The men in the grooming gangs are shipped in, and the feminists are thrilled and ignore the victims. Granny got beat up, person a bag took, Bobby's on the beat, cut money to your Facebook. Don't offend the snowflakes, let them play patty cake. Cops will be on their way, orders from Theresa May. Look out, Brits, you're gonna get hit. Walk in no-go zones, don't stop the shit post. Better stay away from those who hang around with Owen Jones. Keep a clean nose, watch the game shows. You don't need an anchorman to know which way the sheep vote. Grid girls, sex cells, hang around with themselves. Think well, hard to tell if feminism's gonna sell. Die hard, jihad, they get back, wear a veil. Sped jail, checking mail, get a house in Notting Hill. Look out, Brits, you're gonna get hit by losers, cheaters, men on scooters. They're clamping down on tweeters, words that are hurtful to Angela Merkel. Don't believe the leaders, they want to ban your speeches. Get born, conform, romance, no thanks. Pay your tax, get stressed, protest. Lied to by the fake press, please her, fleece him. White male cyclists are racist. 20 years of schooling and they put you on the day shift. Look out, Brits, they keep it all hid. Better dumb down the man's role, send them out to battle. Alistair Campbell lied to all the cattle. They blame it all on the Russian. They want a newcome, the crook covered up the Jimmy Savile scandals.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Time, episode 567. Who remembers at this point? But Friday nights, 5 p.m. East Coast time, once a week. I'll be sprinkling in more episodes as well, but this is Closing Time, a week's recap of the news. Good evening, everyone. Nice to see all the afternoon folks here this evening, and this afternoon. Love it. Thank you for a great show this morning. Thanks for the Super Hearts. It was an awesome show today. Good morning, Grandma. Good evening, wherever you're at. Hello, Candace. Hello, Miss T Bikini. Glad you enjoyed that song. I would like to get him on the show as well. I know Beth reached out to him and he might be willing to come on the show. That was Daniel Bostock with Where We Go One, We Go All. That's the name of the song. Got to give him props for that for sure. Hey, Philip, Democratic Rep, Diane, Harper. Hello, JC. Thanks for the hearts, super hearts. Appreciate that. Like a contest going on. I love it. Hello, Deep Southern. I do, Dave. Definitely been a fan for a long time, but he has been replying to some tweets, so look forward to meeting him one day very soon. Hey, Daniel, how you been? What a show today. We had a great week of numbers, so thank you for that. We had some great guests. We have some great political guests coming on. You guys are working hard to help get John Cox on. We're going to have him break the mold and try new media out. He might just be willing to. That would be incredible. Good to see you all. Hey, Bernie, how you been? Birdman, Evie. Hello, Lolo. It's a great song. What else? We have Shiva on for a third appearance on Monday. Give it up for Shiva. Send him some Shiva love. Hey, Neil. Hello, Jay. Send him some love. We got to support him to make sure he's on the debate stage. No problem, Cheryl. Good to see you too. Hello, Jeannie. Good to see everyone. Hello, Zilly. Thank you for your awesome tweets and your comments. Everyone who got involved. Super job. Super job. You want to hear something interesting? I did not hear back from Diamond and Silk. No, I did not. Let me tell you something interesting about Florida. Thank you for the super heart, Ray. Let me tell you about Florida. So during the primary season, this is the numbers in Florida. Voting early in Florida, Republicans 298,000, Democrats 318,000 during the primary. During the general election at this time, 233,000 Republicans voted early and 232,000 Democrats voted early. That's almost a 70,000 drop-off for Democrats in early voting already. Again, another political indicator, but I do like what I'm seeing on Indiana, Florida, Texas, and many other places. So far, so good in early voting, which is not usually our wheelhouse on the Republican ticket, as you guys know. I know you know this already, right? That's not our thing. All right. Moving on. So what we typically do on the show is we go through a quick recap of the week's news, and then I do some kind of a rant on something that bothered me or that was important of the week, and then we do some open Q&A. You never know which way it's going to go. We went from personal questions, we've gone to food, we've gone to politics, we've gone to everything. So we're going to jump around a little bit near the end of the show and spend some time together getting to know each other. I'm glad to hear it, Ray. All right. Also, you know I cannot be in the Walk Away march today. I'm unable to speak there, as you guys already know. But thank you all very much for donating and supporting the movement. It is going to be one rock star weekend, so I appreciate all you guys did to donate, get involved, and participate. So that was very cool. All right, so let's get ready for our week's recap of news. I'm going to try this time to go from Monday through Friday instead of Friday through Monday. How about that? Let's give it a try and see if we can make that work, okay? Let's try. Are you guys ready? I won't do quite a speed read, but I'm going to break it down for you. All right. Hello, Deb. So I'm going to do my best. Here we go. We still have the huge Honduran, Guatemalan, and El Salvadorian caravans on the way, broken up in parts and pieces, coming in from all angles, and 2 more caravans have already begun. As we know, this was a coordinated, well-funded $30 million event that has taken place. All of these people do not know each other. All of these people did not call each other prior and say that they would like to get asylum at the same time. That is not possible from 3 countries. On top of that, Guatemala built a big, beautiful wall between Guatemala and Mexico. If you guys don't remember, they do have a wall. Needless to say, many flights started arriving into Guatemala from some foreign countries, delivering us some evil amongst the population who's trying to do what's called a breaking and entering into our United States. So this coordinated effort will be stopped because President Trump sent 800 plus troops to the border. He does not need congressional approval because it's not war. He did not call an act of war. We already had 11 or 1,200 troops there for the wall. This will give us about 2,000. Probably not quite enough, hard to say, but if necessary, President Trump will send more troops to the border. That will probably become the narrative if the camera starts showing the troops at the border. Once cameras show troops at the border, the ACLU, the left, will start crying foul that something is amiss and that we're going to start killing people. Something like that will be said. I'm pretty darn sure of it. CNN has already alluded to the fact that we're sending troops down there to kill people. That is not the case. Just like the kids at the border thing was not the case. I gave you the truth about the kids at the border. So did Sarah Carter and Laura Loomer and many other people who took the time to research what's really going on at the border. Okay, the Trump 2020 campaign has already brought in a record $100 million. $100 million. That's right, $100 million already. President Trump spent $100 million of his own money in the last campaign, and the RNC gave $120 million, give or take $1 million. $220 million compared to Hillary's 1.2 plus billion dollars. That's a big difference in spending, I would say. Big time. But needless to say, President Trump already brought in $100 million. We have over 7.1 million job openings. I think that's fantastic. By the way, we have enough people to fill them. Hey, how you doing? We have enough people to fill them. We have to look within. We have them in low-level offenders that are currently incarcerated. We have a huge homeless population, and we have a huge veteran population that could immediately fill half those jobs with the proper training. And I would much rather have them building our infrastructure than anyone else at this point. All right, Keith Ellison. It's getting deeper for Keith. Keith went from a 13 or 14-point lead 3 weeks ago to a single-digit lead 2 weeks ago. And because of what Laura Loomer has done to loomer him daily and let the public know who he really is, he has now lost his lead, and it looks like all the fake polls even are trending at -3, which means he is down 3 points from being up double digits. That is fantastic news. I hope that trend continues because Keith should not have such a job, not because he's a Muslim, because he absolutely sucks. And honestly, the more Muslims we have at high-ranking positions, the further our country will fall into the abyss. Ask London how they're doing when Muslims are in charge as mayor. That is exactly what happened. Their country is amiss. It's in epic freefall, and they're trying to catch it with people like Tommy Robinson, our friend Amy, Anne-Marie Waters, Katie Hopkins, and many other people that are fighting hard with their voice. So, wow. It's happening. So, Keith Ellison, we have a shot now of turning Minnesota red. It certainly is bright purple, heading towards the red color. So, I'm very proud of your Minnesotans out there. Great job, Minnesota. All right. As you know, Shiva did try to attend the second debate, and he was met with a lot of negativity, but his fan base showed up and certainly was quite loud and boisterous to get him on that stage. But he is told he has an 80% shot or more of being on the final debate on Halloween night against Pocahontas and Dirty Deal. Hey, Tommy. Hello, Mary. Next. Where else? Where else should I go here? All right, next. 193 people showed up to a Joe Biden rally. 750 people showed up to a Barack Hussein Obama rally. The stadium held 6,800, and he had a whopping 750 show up to hear the most dangerous leader tell you that he created the success in which President Trump brought to you. So I want to get this straight. His last few quarters of GDP were 0.8. He averaged less than a 2 GDP. President Trump is averaging well over a 3 GDP. Well over a 3. 1% of GDP equals $2.7 to $2.9 trillion. President Trump has brought us well over 12 trillion of wealth. Not only is he dominated, it erased anything Obama actually ever tried. He's not even close. Hello, Gene. He did not cause this wealth. He also did not cause the manufacturing jobs market. He didn't cause the 4+ million job market. He had nothing to do with anything but degrading us and making us a low-class country, and brought segregation back again. So I give him credit for that. If I do need to give him credit, I would like to give him credit for bringing segregation back, because he was sure proud of it. But we're desegregating every day. Hope and change brought us rope and chains, and together we unshackled them all. You're welcome, Barack. Or Barry. I apologize. It's Barry. I should say bury more often. We did have a unique earthquake in British Columbia, a 6.7 this week. And right after that happened, we now have Mount Rainier and the two top mountains in the state of Washington are now on much higher alert, so to speak, for a potential volcanic eruption, maybe in the next 20, 30 years. But it's out there. It's possible. Don't freak out if you live in that area. Don't freak out. I'm just telling you what geologists are reporting. All right? Don't freak out at me. All right, President Trump promises an updated tax cuts of an additional 10% for the middle class. That's a beautiful thing. He also plans on locking down the tax cuts that are in place now and making them permanent. That is awesome. He also has a complete fix for healthcare, and if anyone tells you they're going to lose Social Security, they're lying to you. If anyone tells you that they're going to not get a health insurance due to pre-existing conditions, they are lying to you. All right, the good news of the week, this is the good news of the week. Michael Avenatti, either or, is now being sued for an additional $4.5 million. He now owes $19 trillion in lawsuits and back taxes, and that man wants to run for president. The CPL, as Tucker now calls him, he no longer says creepy porn lawyer. Lately, he's been saying CPL. He wants to be your president. You're welcome, folks. You're welcome. Feel free to dig up his past and see if you'd like to support him. The Houston rally this week had 100,000 plus RSVPs, and the updated numbers are somewhere around 12,000 plus inside and 51,000 outside. People slept in tents on the sidewalk a day before, starting at 10 a.m. You heard me correct. Texans came out and represented. These are a lot more people than we had during the primary in very small venues. It's very impressive, by the way. Very impressive. Texas and many's have represented, so very, very impressive. Our friend Tommy Robinson, which, yes, I'm trying to get back on the show for a second appearance, did better in court than people thought. The AG is going to take 4 to 6 months to make a decision, which is code for letting this all blow over and forgetting it ever happened so we can sneak in the paperwork and possibly not have to bring him back and incarcerate him and keep it under the radar so it gets no attention. That's basically what's potentially going to happen, and I truly hope that he never sees another day behind bars. In fact, I hope Tommy sees a nice, big, beautiful office for himself one day representing the people. I was proud and lucky enough to have Anne Marie Waters on my show, and it's people like her and Katie Hopkins and Tommy Robinson and Amy and so many other people that are speaking up where others don't, speaking on behalf of the silent people who've been downtrodden by either A, the European Union, or B, the inexcusable immigrants and Muslims that have taken over their beautiful city and country in many forms. So I'm very proud of those folks. I've had the pleasure of meeting all of them, so I'm very happy to say that. And we also had Shazia on the show. I had the pleasure of meeting her too, from Ireland. And just some great people. They want their country back, and proud to know them. Very proud to know them. I love Katie Hopkins too. I just can't get her on the show. She watches the show. The next step is getting her on the show. Laura Loomer watches the show. The next step is getting her on the show. I want them as a guest. You know why? Because Laura Loomer is making a difference. Her approach might be unique and different, but it's the approach we need. And I'll explain that when I do my rant coming up here in a couple seconds here. Not seconds, but a couple minutes. I might need a quick break to get ready for the rant. I might need it. I may have to play something. I'll need a quick break. Okay, next. Still going on the week's recap of the news. President Trump will meet with President Putin. It looks like it could be November 9th. Then he will meet with Xi Jinping. How's my pronunciation of that? In China. And Putin was invited to the White House. That's right. Liberal heads will explode when President Putin makes his visit to the White House. They're going to claim Russian collusion all over again. It's going to be hilarious. When they shake hands, they're going to say a deal was just made when they shook hands. It's going to be probably some of the best theater you've ever seen. Should be very good. All right. Megyn Kelly was officially fired, as I reported this morning. She is now due, they say, well into the 60s of millions. I reported this morning 50 million, NBC said. Now I'm hearing it's in the mid to high 60s millions, and she will get every damn dollar of it, and she deserved none of it. And the truth is she's being fired for low ratings, because what she did wasn't that bad. What she said was not very, it wasn't the thing to be fired for. Low ratings is something to be fired for. I agree with that. Low ratings. And the rumor is, it's just rumor, that she's talking to Fox News about coming back to destroy the station even further than it's been destroyed already. And Fox has already gone down the tubes. Watch Fox Business, watch your favorite people, but don't support a network. Find the people you love, vet your broadcasters like you vet your employees, like you vet your candidates. And be, that's the best thing I can tell you. Best advice, vet your broadcasters. Okay. They captured the, whatever we're calling here, the MAGA bomber, I guess you can say. And his name is Caesar. You saw that. Caesar Alteri Sayak, 56 years old. There's a lot of weird things digging into his past, being a registered Democrat, having all the Trump stickers. I don't have any intel, nor can I give you any of my thoughts on that today. I really don't know what to say, other than I'm glad no one got hurt. They seem like none of them were prepared to go off as a bomb, and it was mostly to get attention in some form. I can't quite read it all yet. I don't have intel on it yet. That will help me. I don't have intel on that yet. All right. So where else am I here? The people that got the packages, I believe, were Clinton, Obama, Holders, Waters, Clapper, Booker, De Niro, Biden, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Brennan, CNN, which was a white powder that was not ricin. That's what I believe. If I'm missing someone in that group, put it on the screen and tell me what or who I may be missing. I might be missing someone there. I am not sure. It's possible I am missing someone. I'm glad no one was hurt. I am glad. I'm also glad to see that President Trump's approval rating continues to go up while we continue to speak on a minute-by-minute basis. That is great, too. I'm thankful for you, too, Melissa. I had a great week with you guys. So I need let's just play a quick song for the break. Just a quick break, and I'm going to come back on. I'm going to do a rant on something here, and then we're going to have an open Q&A session and have a darn good time. How's that sound? That's what we're going to do. All right? So what am I going to put on? Well. I'm going to put on this one. Give me a second, folks. I just got to prepare it. How's everyone doing at the end of your week? You guys ready for a beautiful weekend? I'm ready to put on just something for the quick break. I found a new song that I've played twice so far. You guys liked it very much, so I'm going to play it again and give you an encore presentation of this new song. I think you're going to like it a lot if you haven't heard it yet. So be prepared. I think you're going to dig it. There's a lot of MAGA songs out there you never heard of, All right, let me get it ready. You guys ready? Here we go. Quick break.
Make America great again. Make America great again. Let them know. Make America strong again. Make America free again. Make America great again. Make America great again. Let them know. Make America strong again. Make America free again. Make America great again. Definition of a true American. The only candidate in this election that can lead the country in the right direction. Trump, build a wall for protection. Trump, fix illegal immigration. Trump, is America tough? Let's show the world that we had enough. Trump, because we know the Clintons, still as Larry Clinton, should be fingerprinted. And Hillary's lying, she's been hiding emails. American people, you know her dirty details. Hillary, crooked Hillary, lie, crooked Hillary. A model Democrat, to hell with that. She's taking farm money like a dirty rat. Trump, make America great again. Make America great again. Let them know. Trump, make America strong again. Make America free again. Trump, make America great again. Make America great again. Let them know. Trump, make America strong again. Make America free again. Trump, bring the economy back. Donald, he's the best plan of attack. Speaking for the people, America's tired. Banking, barring, yet.
Yep, quiet.
Trump will get our jobs for us back. Trump, put the White House on track. Trump, the American way. Stand up, stand strong, cause we're here to stay. We have a chance to bring a new life with Trump in the seat and the struggle is strife. He's a golden child with the art of the deal, and we're drawn to him cause he keeps it real. You might not like every word coming out, but he'll get the job done. Yeah, boy, no doubt. When you go to the booth, make the right choice. Let's vote for Trump, our only hope and voice. Trump, make America great again. Make America great again. Let him know. Trump, make America strong again. Make America free again. Trump, make America great again. Make America great again. Let him know. Trump, make America strong again. Make America free again. Trump, make America great again. Make America great again. Let him know. Trump, make America strong again. Make America free again. Trump, make America great again. Make America great again. Let him know.
One more song. You'll like this one, and I'll be right on for the rant. Welcome, everyone, to Closing Time.
We face the dark of night with storms upon us. We'll overcome the strife. Do whatever we must. Now we turn our sights on dreams we were meant to dream. Remember who we are, what so many died for, a nation set apart to shine even brighter. The stripes and the stars, true colors will never fade. America, America, light of liberty, grace from above. No matter the sacrifice, we'll make America great again. America, America, where freedom rings, we won't give up. Together we will fight to make America great again. With hand over heart, we pledge allegiance like all who've come before, and stood for freedom, an eagle in the sky, free as the air we breathe. Now the day has come, now it's our turn to give all we have and pray for God to guide her, can never give too much to this sweet land we'll always love. Always love America, America, light of liberty, grace from above. No matter the sacrifice, we'll make America great again. America,
Oh, yes. How'd you like both those songs? Good songs, right? Feeling good? Good afternoon, everyone. You missed the beginning of the show where I went over a week's worth of news. I gave myself a little break to play a couple new videos for you, and I can't share the secrets with that. It's in my software now. But the rap version of the song was Gray Davio, Devio. Anyway, I found that with all the research I do, that's where it comes from. Before I get started on the rant, I want to announce again the rally. So tonight we have a rally in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you could watch that with the ladies on Closers Angels on Periscope. Just type in the word Closers Angels right in the search bar in Periscope, and boom, you'll be able to connect with the ladies and watch a very fun rally this evening. It's going to be epic. I saw your comment, Kev. All right. Also, our next rally after that is Fort Myers, Florida on October 3rd. And get ready, we're going to have a bunch more rallies, and even not just back-to-back, but 2 in a day, like during the primary season when President Trump did 5 or 6. So that's still pretty darn good, 5 or 6 in a day. But 2, he's the hardest working man out there. At 72, I would say he's feeling like a day over 47, 48 years old with the way he's acting. Hello, Graham. Wouldn't you think? He's certainly not acting like a 72-year-old. I know a lot of people in their 70s and 80s. They move a bit slower. They're pretty wise, but they certainly don't have the energy that President Trump shows and exudes MAGA in the way he defends us, from sending the troops at the border to speaking his mind, to reminding people he's the president when they speak out of turn, when they disrespect him like Brennan. It's a beautiful place to be. I've never been more proud to get up after just a couple hours sleep and get ready for a great show with you guys. If he can do what he does, I have no right to complain about anything I do at all. You know, and he does it for no money. Did I say that loud enough? For no money whatsoever. So thank him for that very much. Show some MAGA love there. Thank you for the super hearts. All right. So here's what I want to talk about. Earlier today, I discussed vitriol. Vitriol that's coming from the left. The vitriol is strong. The vitriol has turned into gunfire, shooting at Steve Scalise, a train, crash. It has turned into embarrassing moments that many adults will live with for a lifetime as they shovel their way to hell. And they've done a damn good job of it. In fact, I think they're so close they can feel the heat of how close they are. And after hearing Papadopoulos talk and realizing that every single piece of the manufactured fake Russian narrative that was built was a 100% lie. And it's so clear that the puzzle now is in complete focus of exactly what happened, why it happened, and what they were trying to accomplish. And it didn't work. And understand that this man has taken 1,000 nails in the coffin and stands tall today. This man has had major death threats. One I read to you last week, where it was a major attempt to assassinate him. That's the only one they told us about. If they're telling us about one from the Secret Service, then there's got to be a good 10 if they're willing to tell us about one. This man has gone through the most, achieved the most, and he's the greatest gift that we've had in a very long time. And we have to honor that. So here's what I'm asking you guys with this little rant. The vitriol. A lot of you are upset. I now have amassed thousands of emails from you guys, either panicked or upset, asking me if there'll be impeachment, asking me this, worried about that, panicked about this, concerned about that. I have them all. I saved them all. I know who you are. You need to take that information, that feeling, those thoughts, that whatever made you get on your keyboard and email me in which you wrote, and turn that into action. You should not be returning in kind the vitriol. And I'll give you an example that's pretty disgusting. But on my timeline a few minutes ago, I just blocked somebody. And they were posting all kinds of things about illegals, gay illegals, 2 men kissing, each holding an adoptive baby, asking me if I would take them in my home. The answer is no, you crazy bastard. Would I ever take them into my home? Number one, it's absolutely disgusting. I don't need to see that on my timeline. I don't need to see it at all. Whatever you choose to do, you do. But do not do it in front of me. Don't do it on my timeline. And don't post pictures of it. Okay? Don't post pictures of it. I don't believe in made-up genders or any nonsense whatsoever. 2 genders, 2 scoops, 2 terms. and now 2 Supreme Court justices. Those I believe in, those things. Those are all natural, for sure. Everything else is made up and manufactured. I don't believe in it whatsoever. You cannot convince me whatsoever. But it was just on my timeline. Take your anger, your vitriol, your upsetness, everything that has bothered you this much about Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Pocahontas. Every time you saw President Trump attacked and you got angrier or concerned or worried, take all of it. Whatever it is, take it all. Turn that into being a person of action. Don't just be my viewer. Don't just be a fan. Be an engager. Engage in something positive like you did in the walkaway movement, like you did to destroy Black Lives Matter, the racist hate group, like you did in so much support of the University of Michigan when they told people not to vote for President Trump. Take all of that energy and see what you can do to make this upcoming election something that changes a 100-year history of losing. After a president in power, their party typically loses in the midterm. Barack Hussein Obama lost 60 plus seats. President Trump should not be losing those seats. Every single person, 91% of the people out there got a tax cut. Everyone who has a small business is doing fantastically better. And if you spent your money wisely and learn how to use the new expensing program, you are a genius and will be known as a hero the way you treated your staff. So you have a lot of greatness and success to look back on. You don't have a resume like Obama of destroying the nation and degrading the flag. You don't have any of that. You didn't shovel your way to hell. What you really need to look at is look in deep and say, yes, I'm upset. I'm sick of being picked on. I'm sick of being talked down to. I'm sick of being called a racist. Remember, those calling you those names, those people, are the epitome of those words. Remember that. When you're called a racist, they have to look in the mirror and realize they're the racist in the room. So don't accept it. Don't worry about it. When you see Mitch McConnell eating with his beautiful wife, having something to eat, and you see him being picked on, show your MAGA spirit, stand up, look at that person, and professionally embarrass them in front of everyone saying, is this how your parents raised you? Were you taught to stand up and ruin someone else's meal due to a difference of opinion? Are you more upset about the tax cuts you got or more upset about the deregulations the country had? Are you more upset about the support for the military and police? What are you upset about? Sit down with me over a coffee and spill your guts to me and tell me what you're upset about. But don't take the time to ruin someone else's meal. Try to ruin my meal. I dare you. Sit down with me and ruin my meal. Tell me what facts you have to support your basis of conversation to take it out on someone. The person you're talking to, Mitch McConnell, has not done a great job. But in the last year, he's done the best job of his life due to the boss he's had. So instead of picking on him, pick on me. Pick on me. I dare you to pick on me. Come at me with any words you have. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what you disagree with. And we will have a conversation based on facts and facts only. And if you can't support your facts, you need to shut up. If you can support your facts, I'll listen to you too. Prove to me what you're saying is correct. You're on the clock. Ready? Go. You need to start MAGA supporting people out there that are being picked on. I'm not talking about fighting with fists. Conservatives fight back with success and facts. That's how it has been, and we have no greater time to do it today. This is the time, the only time, to fight back with the success you have, because you will not have this type of success in 30 years. Something else will happen that always knocks us back a decade or two, and it's usually the left. And we were knocked back to the 1960s most recently, and we're just getting out of the 90s already with President Trump in a short 20 plus months. This is amazing times. I'm sick of it myself. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear you worried about it. I want you to take that worry and what's that anger and engage yourself in something positive. Help someone do something better. Do a good MAGA deed. Or get 5 more people to vote and show how special you are to the MAGA community. Get 5 people to vote. Offer the ride. Offer the coffee. Offer the tuna fish sandwich. Offer something. But get them to the polls. Do something positive. Okay? Pride is underrated. Pride is incredible. You've been given a gift in which you did not have for 8 years straight. You stood silent on the sidelines while your nation was torn apart. You stood silent on the sidelines when you realized that President Trump was right. The opposition media is the true enemy of the state. They've been the enemy of the state for decades. We just didn't understand that. And now that we clearly see it, there is no mistake about it. So that's why new media like mine and other forms of this is so important for people to get the word out. So I'm asking you to not fight on my timeline, to not fight on your timeline, to block your direct messages and be done with those groups. Look into Telegram or something else that's encrypted. Look for something else. But stop the arguing, the laughing at people, the pointing at people, the throwing things in people's faces, when we're successful. Being a good steward of MAGA includes not pointing it or putting it in their face. That isn't who we are. That's not what we're built on. Let President Trump have fun with that on the stage. That's what he's best at. After he has succeeded in something, he tells people what he did. But it's not up to us to throw it in faces. We're better than that. And I still see it on my timeline today. I do. I see it in people who pretend to be MAGA actually act a MAGA fool. And it doesn't make us look so great when people are acting that way on social media. It just doesn't. It stays out there forever. Enough of that nonsense. So take stock in yourself when you're done with my show. Ask what you've done to support MAGA. If you've done a lot, kudos to you. I'm super proud. If you don't think you've done enough, find a way to engage beyond watching my show. Do something awesome. But don't argue. Don't fight on the timeline. If someone disagrees with you, like the person that posted that stuff that was the gay stuff with the adopted babies, I just blocked him. I didn't say a word to him. I was pissed about it. I didn't do anything about it. I don't have to. My energy goes into my show and supporting this president, getting great guests for you guys, speaking the MAGA truth, and making sure that the rest of his term goes better than planned. That's my job. My job is also to see karma return and do its job against the people who degraded and wronged people, including wronging our president in every form. That's my job. And I'm going to complete my job before I officially retire from what I didn't plan on doing. This has been the most rewarding moments of my life to do this with you guys. We have accomplished the most. We have hit the most numbers. I don't even care about that stuff anymore, except one thing. I want to see karma return. I want to see this president serve out his term completely unaffected and let the American people see the shining light that he's brought back to our country. American exceptionalism is a beautiful thing. If you dishonor it, it's bad. And the fact that we're honoring it, good things will come our way. It's already happening to all of us, fiscally speaking, and there's a lot more greatness to come. So be great stewards of MAGA. Turn your vitriol into action, okay? Your action breeds results. Activity always breeds results, just like in sales. It will breed something positive, okay? So don't send me emails worrying anymore. Don't put your time into it. You have nothing to worry about. My only worry is you turning it into action. So do something. Don't say something anymore. No more saying stuff or posting stuff. That's just saying stuff. Do something about it. Social media, as I said to you this morning, became a wasteland of nonsense for me. 3 hours a day of replying and retweeting and all that stuff. What is it really doing? I don't really know. I don't really know. Not much. Not much at all, really. That's why I don't engage on Twitter. I don't care. If you want all my fun memes, my 20,000 memes, go to my Facebook page, take them for yourself, share them with your family, and have a good laugh on Saturday. It's at The Best Closer on Facebook, Twitter, and Periscope. Have a good time. Go get them from there. But when we do my shows, I take 7 hours of my day with you on the show. I do 3 hours to prepare. I research all day, and I sleep 2 to 3 hours. That's my day in the life, Monday through Friday. And then I do the Friday night show at 5 p.m. called Closing Time. Then I do some radio. Then I record with 2 other people during the week. And I really don't have any other time for all the other stuff. That's why I'm telling you it's become an animal that's exciting. And I think we could turn this into something quite special to be the go-to place for MAGA through 2020. That would make me very happy. So let's all together try to make that happen. So that's what I'd like you to do with your return vitriol, is turn it into something special. Thank you, Tigress. How does that sound? All right, I think it sounds pretty damn good. That was a little self-pat on the back, but it does sound pretty good to me. I agree. All right, nice to see everyone. Some of the folks I don't know in here, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Periscope. And that way you can get alerts for the show and all that fun stuff there. Good to see you, Deb. That's basically what it's become, Sylvia. Basically what it's become. Yes, good to see everyone. So, what's on your mind the most these days? Where would you like to begin? What would you like to review? We could do some open Q&A. Are you okay, Max? Would someone send 2 people in white jackets to visit Max? Max John Blood, he needs some help, please. It seems like he's calling out or crying out for a little bit of help. I announced that this morning, Gene. Yes. While he was on the plane, he sent me a note, and I didn't post the picture until he did, because that wouldn't be right of me. My pleasure. Good to see you too. AZ's my home. They're working on that now, Linda. He does want a version of that. Understand that Congress has to come up with this, and Congress has not come up because they argue all the time. It's simple. There's an easy way. We're the brightest people to make a vote happen that's free and fair. It either is attached to your social security card, a thumbprint, an eye scan, a fingerprint, your driver's license, but it's all attached to one scanning bar. If you show up to vote and don't have that with you, and you don't get scanned, and you cannot vote. It should be that simple. 8 million people should not be voting that are illegal in my election, and 10,000 112-year-olds should not be on the Democratic register ever. And the reason it is that way is because our national election is not national. It's a 50-state election that's reported as a national election, but each state is autonomously responsible for their own voter roll. And until it's a national voter roll, it will never happen. And right now, we do not have a national voter roll. Thank you, Darcy, for the Super Hearts. I've looked into that. I don't know if he can do it without Congress from what I've researched on that. You can do a lot with executive orders, but a lot could be overturned by the next president. Me too. I'm very happy. I reported the Florida early voting results when I started the show. You should check it out. Well, thank you, Miss Pearl. That's very kind. I'm glad to know you too. Do you see? Yes, I have, Nancy. I'm glad you noticed that. Yes. Good comments. I like hearing that, Miss T Bikini. Great comments. That's possible due to the storms. I understand that, Dalton. I understand. Guzman, good to see you, buddy. If you guys are celebrating an anniversary or a birthday, or someone is sick in your family, and you want me to give them a shout out and some MAGA love, all you do is send me a note the day before, and I will make the announcement the next day for you guys, okay? Not the day of, not 5 days before, the day before. Feel free to jump in. I have no idea on that one. Barry, how you doing, buddy? Make sure you catch the beginning. We're doing some open Q&A right now. We already went through the summary of the week's events so far. A nationwide voter ID? We're the smartest nation in the world, and you're telling me we can't figure out voting free and fairly even from our mobile devices by this date and time? Shame on us. We have blown it. It's because they do not want a solution, and that's the reason for an epic supermajority in the House and the Senate that would guarantee what you just said. Max, we're going to get you some help, buddy. It'll be okay. Hey, Cherry. Good to see you. Sorry I didn't say hello. I am stubborn. I did take a music break for you guys a few minutes ago with a couple new songs. I did do that. All right, what questions do you have? Let's do some rapid fire stuff together. I'm enjoying this. Since it's only an hour show in the afternoon, I know it's 6 times less for me. That's good. The whole midterm night will I be scoping. So we plan at Closer Nation to be scoping all the time during that time. I haven't set up the schedule yet, but our goal is to do a ton of scoping. I plan on doing my show all morning and then going to vote at 7 a.m. that day, probably getting a coffee or breakfast, coming back, starting to scope again. And then as far as Closers Angels, I'm not sure their time's going on and off, but we're going to try to coordinate where we're on all the time. Well, thank you, Nancy. Nancy, I like the extra work you've been doing door knocking, so great job. Yes, I didn't talk about it this morning. I only posted the picture, Mr. Arizona. That was pretty bad. Max does need a red pill. I think so. Karen, great to have you back in here today. Hope you enjoyed the motivational message. Thank you for the super hearts. Would Supreme Court support the national voter ID? The answer is yes with a majority, but we won't need to go to the Supreme Court. We should never need to use the Supreme Court to put a law in place. We should not. Cherry's voting tomorrow. Is there a legit way to help people beyond Bikers for Trump? The reason Bikers for Trump is cool, I've had the pleasure of meeting the top people at Bikers for Trump. I got to tell you, they do a lot of work that nobody's willing to do, and that's a unique place to be. So my suggestion would be to work with them and ask them what other resources, because they are very well connected. Even though bikers can be intimidating, they are the kindest, nicest, most organized group of people. My friend Scott is a biker. A lot of people that are bikers are the opposite of what you perceive. I guarantee you that. You can take a picture in the way you voted in the booth. I always do. I don't care what they say. I take a picture of the computer screen. Congrats, Deb. Yes. Oregon is mail-in ballots. That is a shame, but it is true. That's right, Mike. Oregon is mail-in ballots. And very liberal. It is fantastic. All right, what else you guys got? Go ahead, hit me. We can do any Q&A you like. I'm trying to hit it all this afternoon since we don't get a ton of time to do that on the morning show. Makes it more fun for me. We get to freestyle a little bit like we did back in the old days. They are teddy bears. I would agree with you there. Barry's a biker. Melissa's a biker. They are good people. They're the kindest people. When you eat with them, it's like a family style setting every time. Yep, they are. Delia, they are. They're the nicest people. I got to tell you, I've met the top people at Bikers for Trump, and they are the most giving people financially and with their time, unlike I've seen. And when they're organized, they're as organized as being able to pick up the phone or email, get a hold of the other chapters, and within minutes, things are already in play, happening faster than I've ever seen companies run. That's how good they are. You want me to talk about media corruption? I gave a great example this morning. Opposition media is 90+% against us, and they're only out to report to get the clicks. They're paid based on clicks today. So they're out to put whatever sounds good or sexy for you to click it by mistake so you see an ad which garners them income. That's the bottom line. Way to go, Laura. I don't have one put together, a special meme show, but I have 20,000 memes, and it would literally take a month to show them all at the same time. I have a folder in the cloud that's ridiculous. So I could think on that a little bit. It would take some producing in the back end to make that happen. I can't say no. Help is on the way, Max. Help is on the way. You're not a comedian. It's not even funny. You're played out, my friend. Played out. I would say red. Red for sure. I'm doing my best to catch up with all your answers. You guys used to hit me with hundreds per show for me to answer. I do my fastest here. My full Vegas show is there, Linda. You just didn't click on it. It's been there the whole time. It's right above the video. There's a link above the video. You click it, and it's 45-minute Las Vegas episode. It's been there for a year plus. Go for it. Let me know what you think. I would like to work on my Benghazi story, which is spot on correct. Yes, of course, including Fox. I've been preaching that for a long time. Vet your broadcasters, find the people you like, but don't support a network. Fox is run by Politico for a little over 2.5 years now. They're horrible. I wish I could promise that, Cherry. I don't think I can promise it yet right now. I don't think I could promise that. Right above it, Linda, click the link. There's a link right above it. It says Periscope link. When you click it, I just clicked it this morning. It's right there. Just go to my profile. I don't want to show you now, but it's easy to find. Just click right above the video and you'll enjoy it. Let me know what you think. It be there, I promise. I verified. Because people are still watching it. It's had hundreds of thousands of views on that. It's under. Miss T Bikini says it's under. Maybe on my phone it says it's over because my phone format is different than the internet. Yeah, thank you, Marianne. Fox has been horrible since Roger Ailes died for many reasons. I've gone over the reasons in my morning show many, many times. Watch Fox Business. You'll feel better. I'll tell you, you'll feel better. You'll find some people you like. Yeah, who cares, right, Jerry? Who cares? I can't do that, Lee. Sorry. I wish I could. But if I could add it somehow, I'd be glad to try every so often. I heard it's Hillary's birthday. I think she's lucky she made it this far. I think she's on borrowed time, though, if I were not mistaken. That's what I would say. She's on borrowed time. Go ahead, hit me up with something else. Feel free. My pleasure. Thanks for saying so, Rush. Thank you, Rob. I do my best to memorize names. It's no easy feat, but I think I'm up to quite a few of you guys. Don't forget when you email me don't forget your screen name. Three-wheel bikes for Trump. There are three-wheel bikes in there. I've seen them. There are three-wheel. There are. Only bikes I rode were dirt bikes. KX 125s when I was younger. That's about it. Like dirt bikes, but not the like the Harley type stuff. Will the Caesar incident cause a blue wave? Based on the early voting, I'm going to say no. Based on the early voting, all signs would point to no. They are not enthusiastic. I think they're working on 2020, raising money for 2020. Yes, we're working with yes, Paul, we're working on a monthly membership through Telegram, and it's encrypted. And if it all works out, we'll have a closed group that no trolls can get into, like Max in here. And I certainly will let you guys know. If you're not on Telegram and you like to try it out, it's free. Check it out. See if that's something you enjoy. It's a lot more, it's a lot easier formatted than using direct messages. Will we have 6 more years of this? Yes, we'll have an average of a 3 GDP throughout the term. We're going to repatriate $4 trillion over that time. And that's while interest rates go up. We should get control of the Fed. We could go back to the gold standard, and we should get rid of OPEC. Getting rid of OPEC with energy independence equals about $1.97 gasoline for the next 6 years if we do it right. If we really want to do it right, we could actually do that for 6 years straight. I'm trying to catch as many as I can. That is true, Tigress. I agree with that. I'm still doing some digging into that deal. Yeah, I don't have enough intel like I normally do on certain topics. It is encrypted. It is Fritz Ader. Much better. Yes. That is true, Cherry. I'm sure he saw your comment. Do I think Republicans will hold on? Every Friday, Danielle, Closing Time show. This is episode 7. Will the Republicans hold the House or hold the White House after 2024? Based on what we're setting up, I can only equivalent it to like the best sports team. When the 49ers coach retired and passed it to the new coach, when Joe Montana retired and Steve Young took over, the football team continued with the same system. Same with the New England Patriots, that they're always good. And the reason they're always good is they don't put one person above the team, and they can make anyone with no name better. And when you can make people better around you, you have succeeded. So you have a higher probability of carrying on to the future. With that said, if President Trump accomplishes those same things in that formula, then the answer is yes to 2024. That is the formula. I'll do my best, Tigress, for sure. Certain things I love to dig on, certain things I don't. Yeah, I've been reporting it for a couple months. It's on every Friday. I mention it every morning. And this is episode 7, I believe, Danielle. You're welcome to go back and watch the old ones. They're an hour each. They start at 5 p.m. East Coast time every Friday, 5 to 6. Enjoy. We had a good episode last week. We had fun. I also played Trump at War for you guys, which is an excellent movie. I recommend you watching it again. Also, during Christmas and after Thanksgiving, I'll be reading to you a special MAGA, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, unlike you've ever heard before. I already have it. It is an awesome night before Christmas. You're going to want it. It's a great one. I'll read that to you live. I'll give you some story time. You'll enjoy. We'll do a lot of fun things for Thanksgiving and beyond. That I know for sure. What else you got? The questions are slowing down, or Periscope is. No, I don't, Will, but I have watched some before. I have. I do like watching, mostly my favorite channel on YouTube is, which is the only one I watch, is Secure Team. That's my favorite channel. Well, Omar Navarro had a lot of problems in his closet. As you know, Omar had some issues with his ex-wife. He did a little stalking. He paid a little time, and he got in a little trouble. And the Republicans were staying far away from Omar for a while, which I reported 2 years back, or a year and a half back, on Omar. I wish him the best, and I really hope he can win. But they stayed away from him for a while for a lot of personal reasons that he brought upon himself. It seems like they're almost all cleaned up, and we do need that as an alternative. Well, I think we're in the third party. We're the party of Trump and America's party. So do I think they'll make an official third party? That is yet to be seen, but I think we're actually creating one as we speak today. California right now with John Cox is not so red yet. We're still down by 11 points, but I think we're trending in the right direction positively. Yes, it is, Linda. It's the link on my pin to my Twitter account, and it is to Periscope, yes. I haven't seen that, Karen. I don't think I have. I believe I have not. I personally do not watch Periscope, so you guys know. I do not watch Periscope. I don't watch my Periscopes. I don't see your comments a second time, just so you know. I do not see them. Thanks for the super hearts. I don't like watching my own shows, so just how it is. Will there be a civil war in America? Well, right now, Paul, we're in the middle of a second American Revolution that we're fighting back with our success and our actions. And we could stop it from becoming civil unrest. It is highly possible with this final knockout blow. Right now, the Democrats are in free fall. It's the worst position the party's ever been in. Kennedy was a Republican. All I ask you to do is go back and watch every Kennedy speech, and you tell me, is that man a Republican or a Democrat? And since his last speech, did the Democrat Party go far left? Yes or no? Yes. The Democrats, you have two choices, racism or socialism. You decide. Racism at the top, socialism at the bottom. Have at it. Barack and St. Obama already endorsed socialism at the bottom. So you take either choice you like. I discussed that before you came in, Meat Sauce. I already hit on that topic. We don't really like Fox too much in this room anyway, but I did talk about that. I did miss some of them, yes. Megan Kelly, it would be a major mistake for Fox and Politico to bring back such a bad person, someone who misreports everything and just horrible. It's probably one of the worst hires Fox has had. I'd rather have Juan Williams. Thank you, Will. I appreciate that. Like I said, I don't watch a ton. I'm behind so many shows. The only show I watch is Mr. In Between, a new show from Australia. I love foreign shows. I love English shows since I was little, like Faulty Towers, anything John Cleese, stuff like that. I like all that kind of stuff. Thanks, Tigress. That is good, Greg. Same here. No, that's incorrect, Steve. Incorrect. But that's okay. We can have a difference of opinion, right, Steve? And you'll be okay? You'll still be okay with a difference of opinion, right? Mine's based on fact, just so you know. There's not one thing I don't know that I haven't studied regarding politics. That's why the show's so popular, because I take the time to research, and I'm retired, and I take all my time to put it into this, and I have a damn good time doing it. Shep is pretty bad. There's no doubt about that. I agree, Danielle. I love Monty Python. Don't bad talk Monty Python. Megan doesn't need any money, that's for sure, Terry. Hello, Doc Martin. Yeah, I also like the new show Mayans, which is 7 years later. You know, I love the motorcycle type stuff. I like watching that stuff. That's kind of a good show. But again, I'm behind on everything. I'm behind on Walking Dead. I'm behind on. I'm just behind because I'm into politics. Thank you, Tigress. Love you back. Do I think the bomber will spawn, what does Much MAGA say, leftist copycats? I'm going to say no in this case because I think the outcome's going to be worse than they think. I don't think so. It would be a sad day to see that if that's the case. Well, they're all there, Marianne. If you scroll down on my account, go to my account on Periscope and scroll, you'll see 500 right there. I bet you have, Barry. Thank you, Greg. You guys made it happen. Life of Brian, that's the one good thing you said so far. Give it up for Max. Max made his way out of hell. Congratulations, Max. I've never seen one, Danielle, not one. How about that? I've never seen that either, Four Wheel. Leave It to Beaver, I've seen all of those, Grandma. That's a fact. Darcy, she doesn't need to do anything, right? Yeah, Booker too. I know some of you found some humor in that too, that the people that got targeted. I see that. Do I think the bomber was paid to do this? I'm going to say no so far. I'm going to say no, but again, I don't know enough to give you an accurate answer. Yes. Yeah, he doesn't have AIDS. He is married to a dude, and that's the reason he has a lifetime contract on Fox News if you don't know the truth. So that's the reason he gets paid the most to be the worst. My pleasure, Miss T. Bikini. No, it looks like President Trump will visit with Kim Jong-un in January. It looks like it was moved to January. You walked away? You walked away, Paula? That's great to hear. Gunsmoke was good too, Karen. The acting's a little off watching it today versus back then. I have to admit that. But yes, it was pretty good. Raph, I don't know the answer. Possible, but I guess it's possible. Again, I don't have enough fact. That's just opinion. I try to base everything on facts. If it's opinion, I gotta tell you so. Hello, Ironheart. That should be fun, Scott. Hopefully that'll be televised. It's unbearable, Danielle, to watch. Unbearable. We only have a few minutes left in the show, you know. We've already passed this time with the idle chit-chat. That's how much we've done. We only have a few minutes left in the show. Wild Wild West was good too. Old school stuff. You see how these conversations take a turn? So let me give you a recap. Since the show's getting close to over, let me give you a recap. All right? The Trump rally tonight, I'm not sure if it starts at 7:30, but Closers Angels will begin coverage at 6:30 p.m. East Coast time on Periscope. Hang out with the ladies. Have a damn good time. They know how to bring in the fun and especially represent all things MAGA. So enjoy that. Yes, Paul, I announced that earlier. They are going to be broadcasting that shortly. They start in about 35 minutes. I've shown 215 walkaway speeches already. 215. So I don't know how many more I will show. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend for my speech, and I'm so proud of everyone who's speaking there. All the people I've gotten a chance to know offline. Really great people. Tracy Beans has done a tremendous job working so hard to put so many things together. Many have. Many have. And I'm proud of these folks I've gotten to know. Lucky me. What was my motto? If you surround yourself with the best things shall happen. And that is truthfully what is currently happening. So again, we have a rally tonight in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have a rally in Fort Myers, 10-3. And then we will start having more rallies, and then soon enough 2 rallies per day as we make our way a week from this Tuesday to voting day. And it's going to be a beautiful day. A beautiful day. Remain positive. If you came in late, here's my recap. Take all your vitriol, all your hate for the left, all of your upsetness for everything they tweet to you, say to you, laugh at you, post to you, and try to get under your skin and use that to engage yourself in something so positive that you're going to make your grandparents proud. All right? This movement is a direct result of our actions. We put this man in office. It's up to us to protect him in office with our actions. And he is counting on us to get 5 more people to the poll each to do our job. That is our job. You know, No problem. You always do, Doc Martin. Always do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gene. So I had a tremendous week with you guys. I enjoyed it a ton. We put in this week, we had roughly about 38 hours of broadcasting. By the time we're done, about 40 hours for the week. And then I was also on the Chris Mack Show, a couple radio things. And then this upcoming week on Monday, 6:30 a.m., Shiva is returning for his third visit and interview with me. We're having great rapport, and I'm so proud to know this man. And I hope we can get him on the debate stage for the final debate. I also have Dr. Tony on Tuesday to talk about mental health. He is fantastic, a wealth of knowledge, and he can actually speak better about about Caesar Sayoc than I can, about maybe what else it might be related here that I don't understand. So thank you. I appreciate you saying so. You the best. Thanks for saying that. Much love with you guys. Again, when you email me, put your screen name there. Don't email me content, tweet me content. Understand I'm getting about 2,800 to 3,000 tweets a day. I don't communicate on Twitter. I don't use direct messages at all. And we are working on Telegram group for you guys. So give me a little bit of time. The GDP, 3.5. Our averages are through the roof, and we're creating wealth every day. So I'd like to take a quick minute here. Thank you, Candace, to say how much I appreciate President Trump, what he's done for me in my life to change it. Not only getting close and knowing him, but in my way past, just in general, following his steps about what he accomplished to apply it to what I've done. And it caused me to retire many years ago. And now I have the pleasure of doing this for you guys. And this has been the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. And our MAGA efforts are paying off. So no fighting, no nonsense, nothing on my Twitter feed, nothing on yours. Use all that energy instead of social media wasteland to something so beautiful and positive that your grandkids will be proud of what you've done. You're going to have a great story to tell. I don't have grandkids, almost. Not quite. Maybe. Not yet. But when I do, I'm going to be telling a great story when I get to bounce one of them off my knee and say something that we did to make a difference for them. And it's going to be a proud day for me. So I'm writing that story. I'm not just reading it. I am in the story. I am a direct result. I helped with the success. So did you guys. So honor these moments. Thank you, Tigress. Honor these moments. I had a beautiful time. Do I have to play the FU song? What do I have to play to get you started for your Friday evening to make you happy before I go out with the end music? I'm only going to play one video. That's all you get. That's all you get. Way to go, Trisha. Glad to hear it. Miami Closer voted. Way to go. You're going to be a grandma next year. Way to go, Candace. Congratulations. What a great time this week. Thank you for a beautiful week, everyone. I even thank the trolls like Max. Max, congratulations. No trolls get under my skin. Thank you, you too. Tigress says yes. Of course I will. All right, you got it. All right, I'm going to end with one song and then my outro. Thank you for the super hearts, the comments, the shares, for the beautiful week. Thank you to everyone who joined my Facebook this week to get the free memes that I take the time to find. Just go to Facebook at The Best Closer and join right there. Last but not least, all the Patreon people. There's a lot, but I'm going to speed read them real quick. You'll have fun with this. Are you ready? These are the following people who clicked the link in my Twitter profile or my Periscope profile. Steve, Laura, John, Darcy, Mike, Ann, Karen, Trisha, Kev, Mark, Greg, Jack, Beth, Blair, Darby, Francis, Leah, Diane, Carrie, KP, David, Janine, Pepper, Nancy, Danielle, Ron, Greg, Marianne, John, Greg 2, McFanny, Marianne 2, Deborah, Laura, Christian, Marianne, Doc, let's see. Yeah, I have a couple doctors. Harper, Sylvia Sue, Princess Lowry, Carrie, and many others that have also put something on PayPal. You're all very appreciated, and I give you a lot of love. So thank you for that. Have a beautiful start to your weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy tonight's rally and enjoy Saturday night's rally. And I'll see you bright and early on Monday with Shiva. Have a great weekend, everyone. I missed that, Graham. Sorry. I missed some of the comments in there.
I see you whining downtown about Donald Trump, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change from Obama
Thank you, Jack.
wasn't
Good seeing you,
enough,
buddy.
so I'm like, fuck you, and fuck him too. Trump delivers, and you get triggered. Ha, no, ain't that some shit? You all campaign to change the West, but the West is the best, so
great
here's
weekend,
mine. Fuck you. Look ahead, I'm sorry.
Thanks for the super
You can't
hearts,
afford a Ferrari, but
Great
socialism won't get you there. Trump's not a
Thank you,
despot,
Prince Hager.
but you call
Love
him a
having you
Nazi. And you man speech, and
Give
that
my
ain't
best to your
fair. The city is full
you
of
sing along
idiots like you.
Oh shit, they're all triggered.
Wow.
Just show them your
See,
finger.
Ironheart.
I've got some news for you. Go run and have your little hissy fit somewhere else, boy. I see you whining downtown about Donald Trump, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change from Obama wasn't enough, so I'm like, fuck you, and fuck him too. Trump delivers, and you get triggered. Ha, no, ain't that some shit? You all campaign to change the West, but the West is the best, so here's mine. Fuck you. Now I know you are hollow, metropolitan bourgeoisie. Huh. You're a repeater of the media. Is there anything that you won't believe? Nah, your private schools should build a wall around you.
Oh shit, they're all triggered.
Wow.
Just show them your finger.
Melissa,
I've got some news for you. Most people think you're annoying. I see you whining downtown about Donald Trump, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change from Obama wasn't enough, and I'm like, fuck you, and fuck him too. Trump delivers, and you get triggered. Ha, no, ain't that some shit? You all campaign to change the West, but the West is the best, so here's mine. Fuck you. Cry babies, 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 why do you dishonor the country so bad? You do not get this triggered when the country lets back in the jihad.
Hey, Randall.
Jihad, jihad.
But with
Fucking
Trump,
day,
you're like,
everyone.
why? 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 Oh, cry babies. Oh, I loathe you. I still loathe you. Ah! I see you whining downtown about Donald Trump. Fuck you. I guess the change from Obama wasn't enough, and I'm like, fuck you, and fuck him too. Trump delivers, and you get triggered. Ha, no, ain't that some shit? You all campaign to change the West, but the West is the best, so here's mine. Fuck you.
Thank you, Fulvio. Appreciate that. Hey, Randall, catch the replay if you can. Thanks for the super hearts. Have a great weekend, buddy. Thank you all for spending your week with me. That was so much fun. Thank you, Randall. That is good. I know you guys sing in the shower. Don't say you're not singing this song. Thank you, Nurse B. Yes, I have to get rolling on time tonight. Love you back, Tigress. Thanks for coming in. Enjoy your weekend. You're welcome. I'm Will Harper. All right, Lee. Give my best to Barb. Have a great weekend, both of you. You know that answer, Randall. wonderful email you wrote. I really appreciate you. That was very nice of you. I do read everything. Well, that's a good feeling, Miss T Bikini. Have a great weekend. Nice having you with me all week. It's right there on the screen, Lauren. Look at the top right of your screen. I'll let it sit on the screen for you again real quick. Take care, Burning Trip. Look in the upper right of your screen near the end of this here. Thank you, Cookie. You too. Thank you, JC, for all you did. Much love to you. Hey, JBC, we're just finishing up. Enjoy the replay. That's okay, Lord. You'll see it here in a second. I'm going to shut it down after you see the email because I got to go. Thanks for a great show, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Wow, lots of you on Facebook. Thank you for jumping in. Nice to meet you. Take care. There it is. I'm signing off, folks. Have a beautiful weekend. See you Monday. Have a good time, Kev. Bye, everyone. Manga on.